Another word I
Yeah.
try never, ever, ever to use is I'm sorry.
Oh, interesting. See, this is a
Now check
very
this out.
interesting
If I
thing.
were to say, if I was late to come to have dinner at your house, if I'm late, I could go, man, I'm so sorry.
Right.
Bullshit. You just show up and say, how are you doing?
Yeah.
You
So-
skip the sorry because
But Kenny, this is interesting because this is where women and men are different. I'm a woman. I'm sorry all the fucking time. All women are. And it's fucked up. But it's really, really hard to break this habit.
yeah,
I
it is
want
hard.
a little bit of that. I want a dose of the Kenny Aronoff.
Here's what you do. Here's how you do it. When every time you say the word sorry, if you're
Yep.
texting, oh, I'm so sorry, stop and look at it and go,
Yeah.
okay, now is there another way I can say this without saying I'm sorry? And then you start feeling the
I do.
power of this is a better way to be. It puts you in, and also you forget about how you feel.
Yeah.
When you say you're sorry to somebody, it makes them feel like, oh my God, I have to say something. Oh no, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just skip it. Just go right to, man, I'm so glad to be here. And let them say, well, you're late. I said,
that's what you say is I'm glad to be here. Because
Yeah.
what I think is a danger in where I find the culture, especially American culture, because again, Brits don't do this. Brits are always apologetic. Any male,
Right.
female, any,
right.
any.
It's a different culture.
It's a culture of I'm sorry.
Yep.
But in America, women do the apologizing and men do the you're welcome. So what I really want to not do, and this is where I think as a leader, I feel like I do benefit from having the feminine perspective for one lifetime. And I'm not even talking about a whole lifetime. I'm just talking about 40 years of female here. Got 40 years under my belt. But walking into a room and instead of saying, you're welcome, I say, thank you for waiting. Not, I'm so psyched to be here right away, but thank you for waiting.
Right.
Because you have to
There you go.
acknowledge that you have made people wait.
Thanks.
Because I'm always late.
Yeah.
But I'm not always sorry that I'm late. But I do have to learn how to say it better. And I think you're right. I do spend a huge amount of my time, like way too much of my time, trying to explain myself to people. And I think it's something that comes from being a woman. I grew up in a society that said, say you're sorry. Just say you're sorry.
Well, practice doing it differently. See what happens.
I would love to. I just
And,
get it all out of me. Get every sorry out of me. One orgasm and I'll be
done. I'll talk to you in 3
done.
months and see how you do.
Okay, Kenny. I'm gonna sign.
Dr. Ken. It's like
I'm in.
Kenny, I didn't say I'm sorry.
Hey, Drew, can we
50
make a note
times.
of this? I'm not going to apologize once for the next 3 months.
Yep.
Got it.
He didn't say I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's because he's a man.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, there's a little bit of a difference.
No.
It's very real.
Well,
It's very
listen,
real.
we're all the product of our upbringing.
Yeah.
We're product of where we came from. But a big product in this, we're in this life.
Yeah.
We had parents and we lived in an environment and you learn from that. Now, the next chapter of life is to decide how I'm going to do it different.
Yeah. Don't be.
How am I going to do it different now?
Yeah.
What do I want to keep and what do I want to listen? You're never going to get rid of the feeling of habits that you learned. Those are hardwired.
Urgent.
Hardwired. But what you can do is say, I'm going to replace those feelings with this feeling now. And then the more you do it, the more this gets closer to this. This now becomes a trigger to the new way.
I would love.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I would love.
You can create all that.
Every time I walk on stage, I feel you're welcome. Like I feel that feeling. Or if I'm late, I would never apologize for walking on stage because I think that's my gift.
Yeah.
I think that's my purpose.
Good. You shouldn't apologize.
But walking into a room, and again, this probably comes back to my nocturnals days of like, I can't believe there's anyone who wants to be around me, let alone.
That's like a Woody Allen thing.
It is. I'm very Woody Allen. I'm very Woody Allen. I'm extremely apologetic all the time, but it doesn't mean that I don't know that I'm shouldering the burden of generations of women